So today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of conservation in India. Seriously, it's this amazing tale of immense natural wealth, the huge threats it's facing, and this really powerful partnership between the government and local communities who are all fighting to protect it. Before we'll get into all the details, it's so important to remember what's at stake here. This isn't just about saving some cute animals or trees in a place far away. No, this is about preserving the literal systems that keep us alive every single day. All right, first things first. To really get why this matters so much, you have to appreciate the sheer scale of India's biological treasure. We're talking about one of the richest, most diverse ecosystems on the entire planet. Now, the key concept here is biodiversity, and I want you to think of it like a giant, intricate web. It's not just a random collection of different plants and animals. It's about how they're all connected, from the tiniest microbe to the biggest elephant, creating this single, functioning whole. And this web, it isn't just beautiful to look at. It's our life support system. The forests are literally the planet's lungs. The micro-organisms, they're purifying our water. At the end of the day, every living thing, and that includes us, depends on these primary producers to even exist. But, as you've probably guessed, this beautiful, intricate web, well, it's starting to fray. Decades of pressure have pushed this entire system right to a critical breaking point. And the heart of the problem, really, has been a growing insensitivity to our environment. It's led to a truly dramatic and scarily fast decline in both plant and animal life, which is why conservation has become such an urgent, absolutely essential task. So just how serious was this crisis? To really wrap your head around it, let's just focus on one of India's most iconic animals, the tiger. Its story is a powerful and honestly, a pretty shocking case study. By 1973, this was the number of tigers left in all of India. 1,827. Just let that number sink in for a second. And to put that number in perspective, get this. At the turn of the 20th century, there were an estimated 55,000 tigers. So in just about 70 years, the population completely plummeted by over 95%. I mean, that is a catastrophic decline. So what caused such a disaster? Well, it was a perfect storm, really. You had illegal poaching for the black market, you had their habitats shrinking smaller and smaller, and their food supply was disappearing. All of it just pushed them to the very edge of extinction. Okay, so facing this absolute crisis, the Indian government knew it had to do something big. This led to a major top-down national response to try and pull the tiger and a lot of other species back from their brink. The whole thing really kicked off with the Landmark Wildlife Protection Act in 1972, which basically banned hunting and gave legal protection to their habitats. Right after that, in '73, they launched the world-famous Project Tiger, and the momentum just kept building. By 1991, they'd expanded protection to include even hundreds of butterflies, moths, and specific plants. A huge part of this whole strategy was actually classifying the nation's forests. So you had reserved forests, which make up more than half of the total forest land, and they were tagged as the most valuable for conservation. Then you have protected forests, about a third of the total, which were shielded from any more depletion. It created a really clear framework for how to manage everything. But listen, government action is only half the story. The other, and I'd say equally powerful force for conservation, came from the ground up, from the local communities who have been living in these forests for generations. And this is such a crucial point. For a lot of these communities in India, conservation isn't some new modern idea. It's a traditional practice. It's deeply woven into their culture, their spirituality, and their very survival, which of course depends on a healthy local environment. And this has led to some absolutely incredible examples of community action. In the Sariska Tiger Reserve, you had villagers using the government's own laws to stop destructive mining. In Alwar, villagers just declared 1,200 hectares as their own sanctuary, with their own rules. And of course there's the famous Chipko movement, where people literally hugged trees to save them from being cut down. You can see this deep connection, maybe best of all in the tradition of sacred groves. These are basically untouched patches of forest that are considered sacred by local communities. They are completely off-limits to any human interference, protected not by some government law, but by faith and tradition. And this isn't just ancient history. This tradition is alive and well today. You see it with tribes like the Mundas and Santal who worship specific trees, or you see it in the Bishnoi villages of Rajasthan, where animals like the black buck are treated like they're members of the community and are fiercely protected by everyone. So all of this brings us to the future of conservation. We've got these two powerful forces, the top-down government protection and the bottom-up community guardianship. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? The clear lesson is this: laws and national parks are absolutely essential, but they just can't succeed on their own. For conservation to be truly effective, for it to last, it has to be a partnership. It has to bring together the power of the government and the deep wisdom and involvement of local communities. That's the only way it works. I want to leave you with this thought from Gautama Buddha. It's such a powerful reminder of nature's generosity and our really complicated relationship with it. And it kind of asks a profound question, doesn't it? How do we learn to be better guardians for a system that gives us absolutely everything, even when we're the ones causing it harm?